Everyone thought they'd beat Milwaukee easily without Giannis, but former Warrior Ryan Rollins went off for a career-high performance, and Golden State took a shocking, unexpected loss. Now they're heading out to face Indiana, one of the worst teams in the league. Indiana's missing key players and barely has a full roster. They even had Mac McClung, a dunk champ, in their regular rotation. They were definitely a team Golden State had to beat. But Indiana turned out to be way tougher than expected. Undrafted Quenton Jackson showed out early in the game, and Aaron Nesmith was killing it from beyond the arc. Even on a back-to-back, Indiana looked surprisingly solid. Nobody really expected Quenton Jackson to play like that, and Siakam held things down with his usual consistency. But Golden State, still bitter about their last loss, wasn't about to lose again to a shorthanded team. Jonathan Kuminga and Jimmy Butler stepped up big for the Warriors, and Curry hit a tough and 1-3 to push the lead. Curry knew he had to redeem himself after that last L. Even when Steph was out, Podziemski kept the energy going, so Golden State looked like the better team, just like people expected. Still, Indiana didn't let the gap get too wide. Nesmith kept draining threes and stayed hot. Curry's shooting was kind of on and off though, and the first half ended with Golden State up by 5. At least Steph dropped 18 in the first half to hold it down. But even with the lead, Nesmith and Siakam playing well was a big plus for Indiana. Right after halftime, the home team, led by Siakam, scored back-to-back, and Coach Kerr called a quick timeout to stop the run. But even after that, the Warriors looked flat on offense. Nesmith, who had been hot all game, hit a 3 to take the lead. Even Curry couldn't stop Indiana's third quarter momentum. Nesmith's explosion totally stunned the Warriors. Curry and Butler both kept missing, and the whole team looked shaky. Curry just couldn't buy a bucket from 3 when they needed him. The vets were struggling, and the team didn't score for over 3 minutes.
He's going to get you. It takes a lot of courage to just keep getting run over like that. And running down the lane, Jonathan Kuminga. Enough is enough.
That's when Jonathan Kuminga decided to take over. He ended the scoring drought with a strong driving dunk. Then Podziemski drew a clutch offensive foul, one of his specialties, and hit a tough layup in traffic right after. Meanwhile, Indiana couldn't extend their lead anymore.
Kuminga, they're running things through JK right now. Gonna drive and hammer again. I'll tell you what, Jonathan.
Then Kuminga drove in again and scored for Golden State. And the young guys were slowly turning the tide. But so far, Indiana was still owning the second half. Curry kept struggling with his shot and looked a bit shaky.
Ball was starting to come in, and Coach Carlisle wasn't willing to stop at that.
And here comes Indiana with the steal and the dunk by Quenton Jackson. And the Pacers have a game-high 6-point lead.
Then he turned it over for the 4th time, giving up an easy, fast break. Indiana didn't let go of control once they grabbed it. So Golden State subbed out Curry a bit earlier than usual, and weirdly enough, the team started playing better after that. Even Horford, who had been invisible offensively, scored, and Podziemski hit a huge 3 to close the gap. That showed Indiana couldn't stretch their lead anymore. Podziemski's jumper was really on point tonight. Then Santos came off the bench and hit a big 3 too.
Butler on Siakam, wheels around, reverses it up and in, and draws the foul right at 0.
And Butler, holding it down while Curry rested, got an and-one play. That play even happened right at the buzzer to end the quarter. In the end, Golden State survived Indiana's big push. It was the young guys who really carried the team. But even then, the game stayed pretty close overall. Indiana still had a real shot at getting their first win of the season, and Golden State couldn't fully pull away either. But the problem was that Pascal Siakam started fading from the game, so Indiana couldn't put together a real comeback. Podziemski and Quinten Post ran a smooth pick and pop, and the young guys helped the Warriors push the lead to double digits. This quarter, it felt like everyone on Golden State was doing their job. Then Jimmy Butler, suddenly leading the offense, nailed a slick reverse layup, starting to look like his old Miami self again.
No one really expects anything from the Pacers. They can just come out and freewheel it. Butler to Kuminga, another dunk. Indiana's going to...
He even dished out a sweet assist to Kuminga like a true playmaker. Watching Butler and the young guys, it really felt like Miami 2.0. Sure, Indiana still had time left on the clock, but the Warriors' young squad just kept showing heart and hustle. Quenton Post grabbed an offensive board and scored right after. Then Steph Curry checked back in after some solid rest. It could have been a momentum shift.
On the lane, Draymond catch and shoot threes long and strong. And there's Guy Santos kicking it out to Curry for three!
Wait, it's three guys. Kuminga was down there, Quenton Post.
But Steph hit a deep three as soon as he came back. That play happened thanks to Santos crashing the boards hard, but just when Golden State seemed in control, Draymond Green got called for a dumb offensive foul. And suddenly, Indiana's players came alive and started pushing back. While Curry kept bricking shots from deep, trying to find his rhythm, Quenton Jackson nailed a clutch three to make it a tight game. To make it worse, Steph threw a terrible pass that led to a turnover, but Jimmy Butler came up with a huge steal, saving Golden State from possibly getting tied up, barely, but now the game had turned into a clutch battle, just what they didn't want. Curry tried to redeem himself with a floater, but on the next possession, his three clanked off the rim again. Then Draymond committed yet another unnecessary foul. Golden State, already in the bonus, gave up free points, and Curry messed up yet another key possession in crunch time. His meltdown basically gave Indiana a second life.
Short, Walker the rebound. And they'll reset.
Jackson!
Then Quenton Jackson hit a huge go-ahead three, and Indiana finally took the lead after chasing all game. Butler kept fighting for the Warriors as they faced a massive collapse, and Golden State almost got the lead back, just barely. But Butler missed his first free throw of the game at the worst time.
So they'll go double. They'll be somebody open.
Walker to Siakam.
Let it go.
For three.
Yes! Yes!
Then Siakam hit a massive clutch three to carry Indiana. That shot made their first win of the season feel more and more real. Golden State still had a shot to tie things up, but Kuminga's corner three was a weird shot choice in that moment.
Go to work. You got 6 seconds.
And now Jackson's going to drive on Draymond Green, put it up off the glass. It's a 5-point lead.
Then undrafted Quenton Jackson iced the game with a pull-up jumper. The home team's clutch focus tonight was just insane, and just like that, Indiana secured their emotional first win of the season. The victim? A Warriors team that once had a comfortable lead. Jackson, a name most fans barely know, dropped 25 points and 10 assists. Siakam also stepped up big for a shorthanded Indiana squad, while Golden State fell into an unbelievable 2-game losing streak. Steph's lack of impact today was honestly hard to watch. His shooting in crunch time was straight up shocking. Golden State's young guys did everything they could while Curry sat and actually out-hustled Indiana most of the game. Honestly, it might have been better if Curry just stayed on the bench.